Hello everyone and welcome back to the third spring. It's Evie here. In today's episode we're going to talk about active couch potatoes, those who exercise regularly but sit for long hours. Does that hit a nerve? If that's you, stay tuned to understand how sitting for long hours is so bad for you that regular exercise just can't fix it. Truth be told, I once looked down on walking as a form of physical exercise because walking is easy, is boring. If I want to work out, I would have to walk for a long time to get the required amount of physical activity. Unlike running, which is intense and efficient, when you run, your heart beats faster, you sweat, and you feel like you have worked hard. Well, in comparison, walking just feels meh. And then COVID-19 happened. With the lockdown and then the 100% work from home arrangement, I gained 5 kg in a year. It was a rude shock because I actually paid attention to what I ate. I had healthier home-cooked food and I even worked out more. I ran 4 kilometers 3 times a week, which is something I never managed to do before COVID. And despite that, I was somehow still in calorie surplus. Now looking back, I realized the reason is my daily movement was significantly reduced. All the commuting to and from work, walking in the office, walking to lunch, those counted for a lot, but they were replaced with sitting at my desk in my room for 12 hours a day. It forces me to face a hard truth. If we exercise regularly but still sit for many hours in a day, we are still sedentary. In fact, we are called active couch potatoes. And that's pretty much everyone who has a desk job. There has been a growing body of evidence suggesting that prolonged sitting is an independent risk for chronic diseases. In fact, the negative health impacts are so bad that regular exercising can't offset it. So exactly how harmful is prolonged sitting? When we sit for long hours, our muscles are at rest, especially those big leg muscles. Our blood circulation slows down, and so does our metabolism. Our body is no longer as good at regulating blood sugar, and it stops burning fat. Over time, prolonged sitting actually increases our risk for heart disease, diabetes, and certain types of cancer, no matter how much we exercise later. It weakens our glute, tightens our hip, and gives us a hunchback for slouching in front of the screens. And it doesn't just affect the body. Prolonged sitting also dampens our mood and decreases mental clarity. The reality is when our body slows down, our mind slowly does the same. So how long is sitting for too long? Unfortunately, there isn't any specific guideline on the maximum number of hours we can sit in a day. But there is clear consensus from all the research that 8 hours a day has clear, distinct health risks. Now stop and count right now. All the time you spend commuting, sitting in the office, couch time, meal time. A lot of us would easily hit that number, and that's the reality that we have to fix. Does that mean office workers are pretty much doomed? Well, I'm here to tell you that not all is lost. You can't outtrain a chair by exercising for 1 hour after sitting for the whole day, but you can break up long stretches of sitting with movement breaks. Singapore's Health Hub guidelines suggest that we incorporate more traveling into our daily routines, such as going out to buy food and groceries in person instead of relying on food delivery. However, they haven't given us a specific number. So the rule of thumb that I give myself is to take a 10-minute walking break for every hour of sitting. And guess what? With an 8-hour workday, that would give me 80 minutes of walking. And assuming I walk at a moderate pace of 80 steps per minute, I can easily clock about 6,000 steps a day, just from these walking breaks alone. Remember how I said that walking felt boring and easy? It's actually these small, unassuming steps that are the unsung hero of the anti-sedentary lifestyle. Recently, while traveling, I unintentionally walked 10,000 steps a day. And not only does it make me feel great, my mind becomes sharper, but my waist circumference, which is a proxy for visceral fat level, has dropped 1 to 2 cm. If you're curious about how waist circumference is an objective way to track health progress, check out my previous episode titled The Number Doesn't Lie. Are You Healthy by VO2 max and body fat standards? You know what I will say. A clear, measurable metric makes all the difference in the world. So make sure to use your smartwatch and your smartphone to track your steps, because it gives you an indication on whether you have moved enough during the day. That's it for today's deep dive into the dangers of prolonged sitting. It's time for my walking break as well. I hope you feel empowered to prioritize movement breaks, because it's those small steps that are adding up to a massive change in your long-term health. Stay tuned for our upcoming episode where we make a case for embracing walking as a lifestyle. Thank you for tuning in to The Third Spring. If this episode helped you feel less chained to your desk, hit subscribe and share it with another desk-bound friend. Till we meet again, meanwhile live well and pursue your why.